What is confidence? When I ask people this, I get a variety of responses, but more often than not, I'm confronted with a kind of puzzled-looking expression, and people usually say, well, it's just something you've got, or it's a feeling. Really, when it comes down to it, confidence is about being certain. If you look in the dictionary or even a thesaurus, the antonym of confidence is uncertainty. So really it's all about finding more certainty in your life. And a lot of people, when it comes to things like public speaking, it's also a matter of the strategies they're operating. So some people will actually start to speak very negatively to themselves leading up to a public speaking engagement. So maybe they'll be saying to themselves, oh my goodness, it's going to be awful. I'm really not going to be good. I'm really nervous. I'm really nervous. And people will say to them, how are you feeling about it? Oh my God, I'm really nervous. So in those days leading up to their event, they'll be actually preparing to fail. They'll be preparing to be uncertain. So what can you do differently? It's a big question, isn't it? Really, it's about changing your strategies. I talk a lot about mantras, and quite often when I ask people, so are you going to create some mantras? They look at me and think for a moment, because they want to say yes, but at the same time they don't want to lie, and it's something they're not sure about. I mean, that word mantra is quite loaded, isn't it? It can have quite a lot of connotations. Really, we all use mantras all the time, because a mantra is just a repeated thought. It's just a suggestion. If you were to take a piece of paper now, in fact, go and get a piece of paper and a pen and write down all the kind of thoughts that you have in your mind on a regular basis in relation to communications. It can be in social situations, in work situations, or even public speaking. Take a piece of paper and write down all the thoughts that you have about public speaking, about communication skills. Those are your mantras. Puts it into perspective, really, doesn't it? So we're all using mantras all the time. Really, it's about changing these. So once you have your list of all your thoughts that you'd like to change, you need to make them realistic, because if you have one of your thoughts, say, is, I have a fear of public speaking, if you were to then write as your new mantra something like, I don't have a fear of public speaking. Now that's no good for starters, because you're still using the word fear and the mind can't process negatives. But equally, if you were to say, I love public speaking, it wouldn't necessarily be true. So what you need to do is make sure that your mantra is realistic. So it could be, I'm getting better at public speaking. I'm improving. And the more you say that, the more you will start to really believe it. And your unconscious mind's a funny thing, really. So your mind's constantly processing your thoughts and your beliefs are constantly being affected by other people as well. So other people can put suggestions into your mind. So it's really important to be aware of what's going through your mind, whether it's from other people or from yourself. So my main learning for you for today is to start to use more positive thoughts, more positive suggestions, and therefore to use mantras.